All right. And we are finally live after some craziness. But the campfire still rolls on. Lord Cognito and Ebontis Friday morning back on schedule. How are we doing, sir?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Work is always a little crazy. The world's a little crazy. Yeah, things are just crazy, but video games still a good place, keeping us busy. The stream that got to watch, man, I didn't get to stream as much this week. Kind of been doing some YouTube videos and stuff, working on that. But no, it's like I would say I got to play some Ghost this week, and the one stream everybody got to watch, it probably looked like a Dark Souls stream as many times as I died.
What was killing you?
So I don't know if you're at the point where you have the duels, because I also turned it up to lethal difficulty.
Oh, see, there you go with your Dark Souls.
No, but it's like I turned it up to
challenges.
lethal, and so far since I turned it to lethal, I died a couple times here and there, and I was like, yeah, that was probably my bad, but it's actually felt pretty good getting like a single like slash or two on some guys, and the fights feel good. The duels, like the 5 duels and then the 6th duel. Have you done that one?
You talk about the Straw Hat guys.
Yeah, the 5
Which
straw
guys?
hat guys, and then the 6th one for the very specific like armor you get from him.
I've only killed about 3 of them. One like a cherry
the one in
blossom.
the farthest northeast area. He ruined me for a while, and then the leader of those 5, worse.
Wow.
So on lethal difficulty, they can one tap you.
Really?
One hit.
How
Because
are
it's
you-
like,
Okay.
it's dodging, the blocking. You can parry the blues, and you can like block some, but if you don't dodge right, done.
You're
I
done.
died
You're
so
done.
many times. I mean, for a samurai game, being slashed with a sword on a big giant swing,
Yeah, I mean,
it makes sense.
it
But on the
makes sense. Yeah, for realism.
but on the other side, it's also like, damn, I died a lot.
Yeah,
That's the most I've died, even like puts anything else in this game to shame. Probably Kotokon's not even going to be remotely that bad.
Yeah, them Straw Hat dudes get busy. And yeah, man, I don't even want to know what that is. What happened? He said I was watch Sanford. I was watch Evantis contemplate
Oh, there's
destroying
probably
his-
like a bit of like if somebody goes back on that stream and clips, I'm like, like I'm doing one of those things just in frustration because I got the final guy down to like that much, like 3 times.
Did you have any resolve at that point, or it was like so low?
No,
it's
you
bad?
start with 1 in the first place, so it's hard to build any against him at all. So then, like, if you don't get 1 hit, he'll do like a sweeping move that I swear always seems to damage me some.
Always
So I'm always
succeed.
healing a little bit. No, it's like it almost had to be a perfect fight. Almost. When it
Jesus.
went perfect, actually felt really good because I'm like dodge, whoosh, like back up and roll. Whoosh. Like it feels really good when I nail it right. Like a Dark
Feels
Souls.
good.
Like it
Yeah.
felt so.
When you get the perfect parries in that game
Oh,
and you
dude.
open them up, you feel good. You get that
Oh,
slow
yeah.
motion. The combat is lit. Like
At some point,
What?
y'all, we will do like a full
Ghost. Yeah.
Ghost to Tsushima like bonus last word because we're still we're both still working through. So I got to see how it ends and stuff. But yeah,
I'm hearing
Horizon
great
Zero Dawn
things.
pending. We got the Avengers beta that starts on PlayStation today. I don't know when I'm going to get to any of these things, but yeah. What have you been doing, man?
Me, man, actually back to Destiny.
Yeah?
I've been playing a lot. Yeah, I've been playing a lot this week. Shout out to Addict because shout out to Forte who hooked Addict up with a better graphic card. So he actually played Destiny consistently. His car was dying. So we lost one of our major raid guys. So shout out to Sinister, Addict, the whole team, Cat Daddy, if you in there, that we was in there, man. And we starting our moments of triumph raid stuff. So we did Leviathan,
Nice.
Prestige, getting that going. And yeah, it's been a while since I did that, man. It's been a while. I was like, yo, you know what's surprising? I always dread Gauntlet.
Yeah.
And I never
That's never that
ran
bad.
I never ran before.
Oh, through the circle?
I've never run.
Really?
So what they were telling me, they like, yo, Prestige, Cog, you know you gotta run. I'm like,
Everybody
no,
does, yeah.
No. They said, no, you have to do it. And I'm like, all right, so let me do it first. Then I end up loving running. I'm like, yo, I'm
It's
calling
not
out, doing
that
my
bad,
call-outs.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is fun. Like, so yeah, like I never ran before. So shout out to Prestige for forcing the mechanics. The other thing is Addict is really good at dogs. The problem is he never did Prestige, and I believe there's 2 extra dogs.
Yep.
And it was throwing them off. And the raid's a little glitchy. I ain't gonna lie. Like the dogs are they're spotting you if you're up top. Like it's really glitchy.
I was like,
right
yeah,
now.
the people who know dogs, who like guide you, like go now, go here. The
Yeah,
people who
that's
know
Attic.
dogs well, it's impressive to watch because they almost have like the pattern
He's
like
a machine.
perfect.
He's a machine, but because of the 2 extra dogs,
Yeah.
it was throwing them off. So we did that. Surprised dogs took the longer. Bathers, we were kind of messy, but we did so much DPS to the lanterns. Those are out of there. And then Big Daddy Callus. That's always my fun. I always love that fight. Going from the plates, going in and out of the shadow realm. Yo, Leviathan was a fun raid. I really do like it. So what we're gonna do is we're doing them in sequence. We'll do Eater. We're gonna try to do Eater this weekend. If not, we'll start at the beginning of next week. So each week we got a little raid team going. And
then
just
get Scarrow in there for Eater. He almost soloed it.
Oh, Scarrow. Shout out to Scarrow.
I watched him like trying to solo it and stuff like that. And I saw like he popped up with like 14 million damage or something like that. It's like I've seen others solo, and he's working on some of that stuff right now.
Yeah,
dude, beast.
Oh, shout out to Aries. All right. I'll definitely call on you for Spire because Spire means a lot. I would love to get Sleeper Catalyst. That is the bane of my existence. I've run it a few times, and everybody else gets it except me.
Well, maybe they'd cranked up the drop rate. If you finish it, maybe it's just there.
If
you do it, let me know if I'm around because I wouldn't mind trying for that. I don't like direly want Spires. I did my Spire. All I need is actually Leviathan to finish mine. I did the rest. So
we next sequence Fortes, and then we'll do Eater, which I never beat. I got to the boss at Eater, but I never beat Eater.
Eater's one of like a great boss fight.
Yeah, great boss fight. I just had terrible teams around that time, and I never got a chance. I never got back to it. So yeah, then we'll do and then there's the other raid that I'm looking forward to later down the road is Crown, which I've never done. Never done Crown.
Seriously?
Yeah. That one's off the resume. Yeah.
Crown is trying to think how to explain Crown. It feels hectic, but with a well-organized, like a well-oiled machine. Like, cause I ran with Glauser thanks to Aries. Like I got to run with some of them. And yeah, if you have the right person running it and somebody who's like aware for callouts, because like I've only done it maybe twice. In that boss fight, there's a lot of because you're switching a buff back and forth the whole time. You have it, and you got to make sure you switch it so the other person gets it. So you're always able to damage like half the ads.
So it's like a buff that you have to.
Yeah, half the team has a buff, half the team doesn't, because some ads are immune to half the team, and then vice versa. So like both sides always have to be able to do something, and then there's crystals that have to be shot by each person, like one with and one without the buff to break. So you have to be kind of doing that stuff the whole time. And the biggest piece is, and like just watching the way it was, is just the reminder to be like, hey, let's switch the buff. Let's go ahead and stay on. And it's just like, if you can stay up with like killing the ads and kind of know the sequences, it can run really smooth. But yeah, it's like I tried Crown for when it came live. I think I did it blind when we were starting, and I probably spent 5-6 hours on the first encounter.
Wow.
And we didn't even beat it when we were trying when we tried blind the first time, and then I jumped in.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, how many encounters?
Yeah.
It's mainly the opening, a little jump, just jump, like cooperative shooting of crystals, and then a 2-phase. It's all in the boss room. It's short.
Okay.
It's not the biggest thing in the world. I think that's all it is. It's not that long at all.
Right, so like 3. I'm actually looking forward to the ones I'm looking forward to the most is, I will admit, Eater, when I remember it being fun. I remember cooking up the craniums and doing some stuff with that. Yep. And but yeah, I'm really looking forward to Last Wish. That's gonna be so fun to do that again. And I need Fallen mods and for Scourge. So I'm fighting Metal Gear.
Yeah, I need to try and make sure I pay attention to the raid groups that might be running Scourge for those. All it is the Sparrow run. Yeah. That's the only place for that chest. So if you find some Sparrow runs, it's the only place they drop.
Wow. Interesting. But if you get the checkpoint, right?
Get the checkpoint, just do 3 Sparrow runs. That's all you need for the mods.
Yeah.
If you got Anarchy, at least.
Yeah, I think shout out to 4. He got Anarchy. I'm jealous. All right. That's what's up. What we got?
Nothing too much going on right now, right?
Yeah, zero
going on. No, we got kind of 2, at least, things from Bungie. We got a fairly early TWAB, mostly because they dropped all the news about Solstice of Heroes. So we got the trailer about the event. Not a huge surprise. Obviously, we're going back to the European Aerial Zone. Got to look at some of the armor that we'll earn, like kind of go through all what it takes to get that stuff. Feels similar to last time with some tweaks. From what you've seen so far, feeling good, feeling same, feeling, I don't know if I'm going to grind. What do you think?
Feeling same. I said, at first I was like, I don't know if I'm going to grind at first. Saw the armor, and I'm like, okay, all right. Now, I will say, Hunters, y'all got it. Hunters, to me, they got it, this one.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sold on the Warlock helmet. It's something, Warlocks, talk to me. Am I bugging? Like, is there something off with the Solstice one? I don't know. And let me ask you a question, E.
The one with, like, yours doesn't look bad.
I don't know, it just don't.
Mine looks, yours has more going on than mine. Mine looks like my basic visor, chrome dome helmet.
Yeah.
And it's got like maybe a little thing up top. Yeah, your helmet looks a little more fancy than mine. I'm sitting here looking at the pictures. Mine looks very normal for a helmet. I mean, they all look ornate, but at least
the Hunter look. Whew, I love.
Do you like the cloak or the helm?
I like the cloak. I like the chest plate. I like it. It's just something about it with the wrap. Like it's some Hunters is lit on this one. I feel. I don't feel that the Warlocks is just terrible. It just something seems missing to make me love it. That's what I feel. It's average. It's not like, so that's like affecting my grind a little bit. Yeah, like a smaller version of it. It's like I got these little baby horn. I don't know. It's something look off about the Warlock. Well, how you feeling about this Titan one?
Well, it's always in like they always show the female Titan, I guess, because it was the male Titan. It would like dwarf the other two. If you put them next to each other, it'd be like, man, that's beefy boy over there. So, I mean, the shoulders look small. Like, overall, I mean, I enjoy the ornate nature of these armors. That's why it's always been a bummer for years that we haven't been able to carry these things forward, which has been an issue.
Yes.
I feel like I'm looking at the neck on the Titan, though, and it looks like a giraffe neck got stretched.
Yeah.
Because it's like the helm and then like the plates here, and then it's like somebody's wearing like a really like constricted turtleneck or something. Like it's weird.
I agree. The neck is a little weird. I would agree with that.
I mean, overall, it's all like cool stuff. Definitely enjoy like the idea of the armor. I'm trying to get an idea what the mark looks like for me. I mean, either for the armor, they all look cool because you got like light like busting out, kind of cracking through. You got the gold and silver metals and the metallics and like the dark cloth underneath, the contrast. They all look cool. Like if you're gonna walk around in armor, there's about 50 other sets that probably look worse than these. So there's definitely some good stuff in here for sure.
Shout out to Witchcraft Incognito. Yeah, it does give me Nazareth, but it looks like a low budget Nazareth Sin. Like Nazareth's got the nice pointy.
It's like Callus's Nazareth Sin. It's all blinged out. That kind of looks like a baby bobble.
Yeah. It just needs something, man. Yeah, the Titans joint does look like a bobblehead.
Especially the picture, especially the white light, like not like the base one or the colored, but the one with the white glows. That neck is all sorts of like.
Yeah. It's a little too long. He's a little long in the neck.
I was like, maybe for you on the Warlock, I'm actually wondering because both the Hunter and the Titan's got like the black, almost like feather thing up top. The Warlock's got the cloak, but both of the glows are horns. And then the Warlock glow looks a little more subtle because it almost matches your horns. Maybe that's the way. Because like the other two, you got the big glows like doing this whole thing. And yours looks almost like hidden by the two like kind of
it's like feathers. You can't really, the two
but also like, dude, the V helm, I mean, you may not like the big bug out ears, but the V helm shape in the middle is the best of the three because mine does look like the cracked visor and like the Hunter looks like kind of a knight with the thin slit. But dude, that V helm looks cool. It's unique. I mean,
it's unique. I will say that. I will say that. Maybe I'll throw a shade on it.
It's unique. It's trash. It's unique.
It's unique. Again, it's not terrible. It's just average. It's not. I'm not like jumping out my seat with it. That's all. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But the Hunters, man, I'm jealous. Like that Hunter outside of y'all got it, man. The Hunters look fly. Like I am digging that whole aesthetic.
I was like, so here's the big question.
Yes.
When it comes to the armor, as we have learned from mostly reading Twitter, actually, I got tagged on one that finally explained it later on. So we know, we'll get to the leveling up, the upgrades, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You got the white glow. You can earn that one. You got the colors. You got to pay for them.
We'll pay for your colors, brother.
I was like, thoughts on the color versus free earns? Do you have opinions over the Eververse controversy in this matter, sir?
I will say this. I was surprised that we didn't have to pay for them 3 times per class, subclass. Remember that?
That's a start.
That's a start.
We like, better. It's not $100. We down to $45 now.
We down to $45 now. Like, that was ridiculous. And then they did say something about the color in relation. I know we'll get into it deeper.
Stasis?
Yeah, we'll get into that because I got a thought on that one. I want to bring up. But they did say something in relation to the glow after you buy it, and then it intensifies
as your super gets full.
As your super gets right.
Yeah, so that's all of them. Like the white glow, every glow will be more intense when you have a full super.
Okay,
that's for anybody.
So look, with the glow, I like that the glow is free. You know, with the cosmetic per class, it could have been cool and it would have did it by default, but then I think they just don't want to separate all of them by subclass and save money, you know, try to save us money, so to speak. I knew they were going to cash out somehow. I just didn't know how they were going to cash out. Yeah. So this is like this is a slight knifing, not like all the way in you. Just like this is poke you a little bit just to say, hey, we need like, this.
Hey, if you want to look extra, you're fly on that white, but if you want to look extra, fly, you pay an extra. If you want extra, you pay an extra. But there you go. You can look pretty good. Just if you want to if you want to go from black, you want to go monochrome, you want to get into the modern age with those colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a jab. It's a little. Listen, man. They want you to hit the ATM a little bit.
All right. So to be clear for chat, the white glow is earned if you want the colors, which you only have to buy one set per subclass. So they will change color based on your subclass, but the colors themselves are the ones you buy from Eververse, either with Bright Dust. It's probably data mined-ish, guessing 6,000 per set. Right. And then silver, everybody seems to guess it's like 1,500 silver. So for US, like 15 bucks. But yeah, Bright Dust would be about 6K. So it depends.
Yeah, shout out to Trams. Yeah, it's business. You know, they got to monetize. You know, show Tess Hustler. Yeah, Tess Hustler out there for Fred Church, for sure.
Tess Hustling. Yeah, it's like Tess hustling, then Ava Levante's over here giving her free cookies to keep those two like nice. She's like, I'll bake you goods. You give me free stuff from your store, and then I'm going to sell it to these people for crazy numbers.
They got the operation.
Got exclusives in here. What's up, Brish? How you doing? So yeah, that's one of the big things is everybody's kind of like, oh, you got to grind for this stuff. You got to do this. The big controversy before was we got all the grinding done. We got the set of armor. Armor 2.0 came out.
Talk about
and we got crap stat armor. 48.
Stats were trash.
Like you can still get up to like mid 60s, a little better now. Something like this. If you grind for these things, which we'll get to in a bit, it's some time in there. And if you did all 3, you want to lose your mind. So the fact that like here's your starter set. Those are like the worst stats you literally allow on armor. Well, that's where you start.
Right.
I spent how long doing this? I'm having a conversation with myself over here, but
because you remember that grind. This grind is real, y'all.
Yeah. So
it's just a real grind.
So it is like it's a step in the right direction that we are going to be able to use the armor for a year basically, since we do have a longer season. And then also we know that you can once you earn the Magnificent. I got to get the names right. The Magnificent armor, which is the one with the white glow. That's the top legendary once you masterwork it. And that's the way at least it said it, which is weird thing. But you can, once you earn that, you can go back in the European aerial zone and earn more for chances at rolls. So you can get decent rolls of stuff that's going to last for a while.
That's the key. Because see, the thing about it where they messed up that last time was, again, you did all that grinding and you're just stuck with this default roll of God knows what, and it was low stat, right? So it just really, I felt your pain on that. It really, defeated the whole purpose of it, because you should, if you masterwork this armor, at minimum, you should be giving me 60 to 65. You know what I mean? At minimum, right? So you want those cool rolls and stuff like that. So yeah, I love the fact that they're almost treating it like comp. When you unlock, remember when you had in comp, you had unlocked like Redrix and stuff, and then you got a chance to keep getting it back every time you cash in a little bit. So I like it. You know what I'm saying? This is really cool. You know, this is a nice welcome change. And for me, this made me finally delete my old one. You know what I'm saying? Because I was holding on to it, and
I
was
told
just
you
like,
I still have the package at Banshee.
Yeah.
I haven't picked up the Warlock package, so it's been sitting there for like a year.
Jesus, yo, that indicator doesn't give you OCD.
He doesn't actually have it. Why did I go blurry?
Yeah, you went blurry.
Focus can't.
Focus.
Hey, I'm back. Okay.
Focus. There you go.
I waved my hand in front of the camera and it freaked out.
So you got the package.
Gene's over there. I wouldn't say you're dumb, just a sucker for punishment. Oh, if you know me at all, between Dark Souls, turning on lethal mode and goes, I'm a sucker. I'm a glutton for punishment. Apparently,
he's glutton for punishment for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
you're not wrong. Yeah, so it is like last time around, it hurt. Time before, it's happened as well. Like we got our first then it was like Solstice of Heroes, and then you get armor now that has random rolls. Okay, well okay. Then we went armor 2.0 now with all the mods. This is the first time armor is not going to change, but that also was my one little tweet that I put out, and I was like, it's also kind of sad because it literally cements that we're not getting any major armor changes for a good year.
Yeah, I thought about you. I saw your tweet. And listen. You're Lord of Armor, so I know this definitely hits different. I was surprised. I thought we'd get some tweak to armor. I didn't necessarily expect a major one, but armor's it's always on the lowest end of the totem pole, man.
Yeah, it's like they care so much about the weapons. And I'm not saying like, getting a whole new slew of weapon perks and maybe changing some stuff up there. It's not like that would be a bad thing. So it'd be something. I mean, you shoot the weapons all the time. You're looking at them more frequently. Right. That's how you play the game. I kind of get why they're a priority. But on the other side, like armor is how you build your character, your builds, your stats, which I still don't think the stats matter enough. I can go through them solo flawless, and as long as I have the mods, my stats didn't matter, which is kind of sad. Like that you have stats that I don't really care. Now you can go through and PvP build and go like full intellect, full recovery, and it can feel definitely different. Like you get your super faster as a whole team, you're going to start stomping on people. Yeah. But like, it's cool.
What would you like as a change? What would excite you? What would get you to be like, you know what? They're finally taking armor serious, and this is what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so resilience. I mean, the idea to take more damage, literally by definition, to be more resilient, which is not how you define a word, but being able to sustain more of like an onslaught of whatever's coming at you. If you went 10 resilience in a PvE activity, like you should feel tankier.
Okay.
You should hey, if I go 10 resilience, that boss that normally takes off like half of my health, he takes off a third. Like it's a noticeable damage difference where you can take another sniper shot. You can do all those things that like if you went heavy into resilience, you would do that for a Grandmaster Nightfall. Maybe it may be a slower playthrough. I don't reserve my intellect build as much, but if I go full resilience in a Grandmaster Nightfall when stuff wants to kick the crap out of me just by looking at me, maybe it would be a little more. And then mobility would be another one.
Mobility, I'm with you.
Mobility is like, it is only ADS strafing and mostly it. And jump height, I believe. You literally cannot run faster in this game unless you are an exotic. You could have 100 mobility and we're going to run at the same speed. In my head, that just breaks me.
No, I agree. And I think, I don't want to make excuses for them, but I think part of it had to do with, the frames on the older consoles, and maybe they're not able to differentiate speed differences and stuff like that. We got actually a couple of questions in the chat right now. So shout out to Jason. He said, question, if you actually need to masterwork to get additional rolls, so does this mean each piece you masterwork drops into the pool?
So the way I read it, and I'm just going to go to their words, not mine. So similar to previous years, you will start with a rare set, upgrade it to a majestic legendary set. Once you have all your legendary gear, you can start a final set of objectives to upgrade to a magnificent set. Here's the look at the objectives required. Complete a Nightfall Ordeal on Master. Complete a Nightmare Hunt, which that's like the easiest one of all. Complete Pit of Heresy. Win 7 Trials matches. I haven't done that yet, so 2 birds with 1 stone for the seasonal stuff.
And it doesn't have to be
And then complete a Tier 5 Altar of Sorrow. So those are the 5 you got to do.
But I think the Sorrow one you got to do 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times, yep.
Because that's easy.
Yeah, it's just people will be hanging out there for a little while. Completing these objectives will unlock a white glow on your armor. You need to upgrade your armor to Majestic during Solstice of Heroes, but you can continue to complete these objectives like the Masterworking after the event ends. So if you get your Legendary set, the Masterwork isn't required until later. You can, though, continue to earn more randomly rolled pieces of gear for your magnificent set in the EAZ. So now I don't know if you get and that's what was like the Majestic and Magnificent. I would picture maybe once you finish the Majestic set and you're able to like work on the Masterwork objectives for the Magnificent, maybe you'll have Magnificence, but like even if you go into EAZ, you might get a drop that just doesn't have the Masterwork done. So you might be able to get one that's not like glowing yet, but you might be able to get a Magnificent armor, just doesn't have the glow yet. And then hopefully you can keep working on rolls. I'm hoping that way it works, because if you have to Masterwork completely everything to start getting rolls, that definitely seems to like, that'll be hard for some people to take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
7 trials wins. So now we're in 2 spots. They're putting people into trials.
Better dust them boots off, baby.
What boots? I don't have trials boots. Be like, these are for trials. I don't have those. I don't have trials boots.
You better get in there. Woo,
I'm gonna reset a card, get 1 win, and be like, you guys just want to reset and go back? Yep. Okay. Clean slate. Do it again. I'm not even going to try for more than 1 win, probably, because if you like go up at all, I'm just going to, I swear, just like 2 wins, cheaters.
Come on, Crystal. Come on. I hate that they force it. You guys got to play the game.
So here's the issue. It's not match made.
Right.
It is not a match made activity. So you're forcing people to literally go.
So difficult to find 2 people these days.
How many people do you think play this game casually or solo? And don't want to go into something that they know currently right now is renowned to have cheaters in it.
Absolutely. I mean, but the thing is, you guys do Nightfalls and Master Nightfalls. There's no matchmaking there, sir.
There's matchmaking in Legend Nightfall. No, I was like, the Master, you got to find a group too, or you can solo.
Dungeons.
You literally cannot solo trials. You technically, if you were skilled enough, you could solo a Nightfall. But you truly can't solo trials.
Crystal's upset. PvP is the worst part of the game. Look, if you want your glow, you gonna have to jump in PvP.
Gene's over there like, Gene's over there like, 1 reset. Yeah, why not? So I mean, that's what it's gonna take. But it's just like, if you're gonna take people into PvP, I would rather have them be like, hey, go do it in elimination. Just as an alternative to trials.
Why the fee? Oh, because just a matchmaking.
Just gives people the option for matchmaking, as it's mostly related to PvE matchmaking. If you want to Masterwork, they're going to make you go find people.
It's time to make friends. This is the friend game.
I love how you're actually being the Bungie apologist right now. And yet I know in the back of your head, you're saying I'm not wrong. Just during the podcast, I got to play devil's advocate just to piss them off.
It's time to have friends, y'all. Look, we all love what we love, but hey, if you want that glow, if you want to shine, you're gonna need to jump in there. So, Crystal, we got this beautiful thing called LFG. Let me explain it to you, right? It is so cool. Bungie has this thing, and you just like go and you check it out, and then they have all these rooms, and one says trials, right? And then you say, hey, I'm 1 and I need 2 for trials. Not trying to take it too serious.
Oh, you're telling me I have to go to the internet to go play the game thing that I want to play? I got to go outside the game to do this thing?
Hey, I can't control their development cycle with matchmaking LFG. Now, if you're on Xbox, you got that integrated into your UI. Fozzie know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that's the smallest population except Stadia. So, I mean... If you're going to play that card, I'm going to play that card.
Sir, Game Pass in November, sir.
We're not there right now. I'm not saying Game Pass won't matter later. I'm just saying right now, that's not the biggest population.
Listen, shout out to Foz. Yeah, if you want the Leroy glow, he knows what I'm talking about. That's what you got to do, man. That's what you got to do. So look, it's fun. Don't take it serious. You ain't got to go to the lighthouse. You work on it. You got beautiful people at LFG. You got awesome clan mates, most likely. You guys go in there, don't take it too serious. And then they got the new bounties for you guys, so you don't even got to win too crazy. Just get one and done. Just work on it, man. It's fun.
I was like, listen, they were doing so good on a lot of the objectives. Do this or this. Do this or this. What if it was 7 trials wins or a Master Nightmare hunt?
Yo, the chat is mad. Yeah, shout out to Geek. The Titan will get the glow, but I 200% think Bungie needs to get its head out of its rear, forcing people to do PvP, especially an activity without a play hub, to find other members to do said activity, and have done nothing to curb. Now, that part I'm with you. The last part, I'm with you on the cheating part. It's spooky out there. You know they out there doing illegal maneuvers. You know people with their KDs
so
is incorrect.
bad.
That part, I am so with you. I'm never going to fight that part. There's a part of me, though, that does like the aspect level. I'll be honest. When I played Destiny in the beginning, I did not like PvP. I never was. I was just PvE exclusively. I think it was like Thorn or one of them stupid quests that made me go in there. And you end up starting to get a little flow, man. You end up start appreciating.
We're not saying PvP is bad. Okay, Crystal's saying PvP is bad. I'll take that back. But as Jason said, he's like 7 Trials Wind or Fabled in Survival. Make him maybe go do that, but maybe give him an option where it's not, because 7 Trials Winds probably would go faster. If you went Fabled in Survival, that's going to take you longer. But it is something you could do without, especially with the freelance playlist, you could do without a team. So it gives just like understand the state of your game, especially on PC, and give people the alternative to where there's cheaters anyway. Don't force them into trials where, and it's only on the weekend too.
Awesome. Listen, alternative is awesome. I'm never gonna be not against alternative. That's dope. Shout out to Slow Mo. He said forcing people to listen. We have to be honest, y'all. This is a vanity glow. This is not nothing mandatory. This is y'all want to be fresh. So if you want to be fresh, get in there. You can have everything glowing except that one part that'll be dull. That will be the trials part of your armor that you're not doing. That's all they say. You still go get everything else. It's
not going to glow unless you get them all.
Look, all right, confession. The way you guys are dreading trials, I'm dreading that Grandmaster Nightfall. I'm like, good Lord, I'm not ready for that.
Well, you only have to do it on Master. You don't have to do Grandmaster.
It's Master. But still, I'm dreading it. I don't really do Master Nightfalls like that. So, like, that's what I'm dreading. Like, I don't, and then I got to jump in the dungeon again. But Pit of Heresy is not too bad.
I was like, I've soloed Pit. I can walk you through it.
Yeah, I'll jump in your backpack for that one. But 7 wins, man. That's all. Travs is dreading, bro. Listen. Trials, gotta try it. Gotta at least try. Here's the thing. This is a mode you guys haven't even seen. Gotta see it. See what it's like.
I've seen it.
Experience. Gotta go do it.
So hopefully, we also know when you get your blue armor to go to the legendary to the other. We know this is a long grind.
Yeah, this is a grind.
Last time when I did all 3 characters before like Armor 2.0 came out, which is why I was so annoyed. Doing all 3 characters, getting your, however many 25 public events you got to do, or your 1,000 orbs or 300 crucible kills. I mean, this stuff is like long time grindy.
Long grindy. This is let me tell you right now. I dreaded that Solstice grind. I think between. Let me ask you this.
It's a long.
Yeah, it's a long fact. Yeah. Facts.
Long grind.
Now let me ask you this though. Between this one and because this is moments. It's not moments. What's the one we had to do where we had to do the story missions of the Red War a bunch of times?
The Ridgeland, the story missions.
Yeah, what was that one? And they
Redux missions.
Redux, yeah. Which event was that, y'all? Y'all remember
that was this 2 years ago?
That was this 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Okay, so this was just a revamp.
That's why I have the ship on my hunter that I do, which was also a grind. But that's the hunter ship that I have or at least it's sitting on my hunter because nobody has that ship.
Okay, so that was first Summer Solstice. Okay, then they came back again with what we had last.
Yeah, EAZ was last year.
EAZ was which was the debut, and now with EAZ again, just for some tweaks to Yeah, I mean, look, this is a grind. I remember going from blue to purple was getting annoying.
Oh yeah, blue to purple's not bad. Purple, you're like, Jesus, what is all this?
Jesus Christ! Like, yeah, it's listen. This is the perfect event for them during this time of nothing to do, being that the game got delayed.
Oh, I mean, so roughly data mine stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, not spoilers. This stuff's grindy. I'm just going to give you some details. And even if it's not right, it's roughly what it was last time, so I'm sure it's close. What?
We got the exclusive data mine on the activities?
It's on Reddit, man. It's not just me.
Let's get it.
So I think this might be based on like the Titan armor, and this is always where it's like annoying because like the Titan will be like, go get Void Orbs and Strikes, and I'm playing with a Warlock who's trying to get Arc Orbs and Strikes, and you're like competing. You're like, dude, what are you doing to me? So Helm, for example, 10 Gambit matches.
Okay. Grindy, annoying.
1,000 total orbs, which that one's really not that bad.
That's easy.
Guardians defeated with arc weapons, 100.
100.
Starts that up. 10 heroic public events.
Okay.
20 bosses in EAZ, which you'll probably do anyway.
Yeah, you'll do that quick, yeah.
600 kills and strikes.
Okay.
300 fallen defeated.
Okay.
Elemental final blows, 2,000. Playlist strikes, you need Void Orbs for a Titan for the Greaves. 100 solar melee final blows. I need 5 patrols on Io. 200 elemental orbs. Solar weapon final blows. And the only issue is, as you're going to most of these match-made activities, you're usually going to bump into people on other classes, and if I need Void, they probably need Solar or Arc. So you're always... So like the general orbs, you get really fast, and like the specific orbs you need, those take a while.
The thing you always got to remember is, key with this event is multitasking. Trying to do the most efficient thing, whether it be strikes with a certain weapon, with a certain thing. Also, it's time to dust off exotics that give you proc double grenades, anytime they want grenades and melee kills, time to dust off them exotics. You know, Warlocks, get your claws out, claws of Amankara. Titans, y'all know what to do. Y'all got so much.
Yeah, like solar melee final blows. Do something like Hallowfire Heart.
Yeah.
Boost that thing up. Throw some melee, some strength mods on there. If you're going, like, you really probably need to look into your builds a little bit for some of this stuff. You need 600 kills and strikes. We also need Fallen. Go do Fallen strikes with a solar weapon. And that's probably the only 3 you could probably do together there. So, like, try and look through all 5 at the same time as you're saying. Yeah, make this an efficient run. Otherwise, it's only good. If you just go one dot at a time, oh, please help me.
Question, are they going to do that thing where we got to have it on again? Otherwise, it don't count?
Yeah, they will. You know they will. It's the way it worked before.
I know.
So then you can't use your exotics to work on your stuff. Or if you're like, hey, I'm not going into Gambit right now, I could, well, no, I got to leave that on in case I get that.
That's the part of the noise, because now you're not optimal on these things. And you have to subtract exotic. That part's annoying.
That's why it's always annoying that it's like, okay, give me 5 quests in my quest log.
Right.
Not the armor related stuff.
Yeah, like my thing is, it should still count if you don't have it on. It should still count. The progress should still continue. Like them forcing the suit, and we're all looking like Simple Simons with the same stuff on. And you know what I'm saying? Like that annoys me. Like I that's my little pet peeve. I've always, whatever. But
Fozzie, Titans Titans with Dune Marchers, you get multiple kills. Yeah, but you need arc. You need solar melee kills, and those are arc. So again. Like some of the stuff like will synergize well, than others you're like, this is like the slowest thing ever to do.
The slowest thing ever, yeah. And then, but here's the thing: the cool thing is finding those activities where you could farm the hell out of certain kills or whatever. Like one thing, community is good at finding the hustles. And they'd be like, yo, go to Escalation Protocol, do this, or go to this place and do that.
Oh, I mean, it's like that, Guardian games trained us well. Like, what is the most efficient build for all this stuff? But that one, you usually just needed kills or something like that. You need elemental final blows or void orbs in strikes. It gets quite specific at a point.
It gets very specific at a point, yeah. And then the worst thing is when you do all that and you think you made progress, you check and you didn't make any progress because you forgot something.
You looked at it wrong.
Remember when the wording was bad?
Oh.
And you couldn't even figure out what they actually meant? And the nightmares of this thing.
Oh, they also had one where it's like you needed grenade launcher kills, but it showed a submachine gun, but you made progress with a scout. Do you remember that weird one?
Yes.
I don't even know what that was related to, but somewhere in the history there was like you needed progress for something, but you actually the quest showed another thing, but actually made progress with a third thing. And you're like, wait, what?
No, but you better get this right. You better get this right.
Yeah, please just QA the steps so nobody's like broken.
Proper verbiage, please. Please. Icons correct. Please QA this thing, y'all.
Just somebody give it a once over. And I know, trust me, they look over the stuff all the time. And it was even like in the Prophecy Dungeon, They're like, hey, don't give QA a hard time. QA finds all this stuff. It's if they can get it in. He did
right.
Like one of them said too, and it was like, hey guys, it's like QA finds all this stuff and they're damn good and find it fast. It's like
they make usually a business decision that look, we got to ship it, and then we're gonna It's not
usually a time thing, a development cycle, whatever it is. When it's like they know it's there, they can only do so much, and that's the thing with a live service game. Continual like deadline approaches, you can only do so much.
You can only so much. Yep, that is a good point. That was a great part of that prophecy stream.
Yeah, that was so cool still.
Cool.
But yeah, the grind is 100% going to be that.
Yeah. How do you feel about EAZ in reference to, I want to ask you a question because Kai always talks to me about this. I never got your opinion. In the EAZ, you're floating around, then you do your boss, then you have that mystery egg hunt.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't love it.
Okay. Not a fan.
It's just like, okay, everybody pause and look, and you're with random people usually. You're like, well, I'm looking over here, and this guy's literally looking over my shoulder. We both go in the same direction. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like, you could make you could be like, as you're running around, I wish like during it, be like, hey, there's a bonus chest if you like went to go explore all the different places where the bosses were. Hey, maybe every time there's a bonus chest if you go exploring everywhere and you get far enough along, maybe one spawns up for every 5 bosses and says, hey, there's a hidden chest, and somebody actually finds it. I would enjoy that more than here they are, go find them.
Go find it.
Because like you can look and some people are like, okay, I know that one's like down below. And half the people don't know you got to go through a bus to go underground to find that weird, funky one. Yeah, somebody's like, there's a good Reddit article about route you should take to find them all.
Oh, really?
And that's I get that to a point. But on the other side, I mean, what do you think? Am I crazy to think that I'm like, hey, I go through, I killed like, we got 9 bosses. Sweet. It was actually a pretty good run. But then we turn around and you're like, I have 2 morons that went in the same direction I did. I'm like, well, that was kind of a waste.
It is a little fun. It's a unique mechanic. At first, I thought it was fun. It does get annoying. And then the only thing that bothers me is the proximity mechanic. Because sometimes it shows up or it doesn't show up and you think you're close and, that whole kind of thing. So it's just weird that they would put something like that in a game. I've never really seen them do that except this.
And they do it in such tight timing.
Yeah.
If you had maybe like 1 more minute to look, because it's like you have maybe 2 minutes to find them all, but some you're like, I'm here. Well, is it through the wall? No, I got to go around to the other side of the building. And it's just that weird. It was always felt like you work hard to try and rush almost too much. Like if you work really hard, if you kill like 14 bosses, like somebody like Glad, you're going to have a chest probably everywhere you go and just make a big circle. But if you kill like 5, and you go over here and you get like 1 and you're like, why has nobody else picked up a chest? And you're waiting for the little activity feed to pop and nobody's finding anything. And you're like, well, I committed over here because I know this one's screwy. Nobody else got anything. You're like, So I don't know if I love it because it's always like, it's kind of a fun adventure. Go find them every time. And after a while, you tend not to care about them. Yeah. But it's still...
Until they start tying requirements to the damn
you need to have
chest.
Like 10 chests or 10 packages or something, and it's what you get from those.
Yeah, remember the bosses? Remember that annoying? We had to do tricks just to do it. We had to do respawning of a cabal, to come down and farm a boss because the boss requirements was so out of range and ridiculous. They really misjudged it the first time around. I mean, last time.
Yeah. I was actually going to look and see.
Yeah, 0. Top Dawn is going to be the wave. You already know. I'm going to have my wings on. You already know.
Yeah, it says like 20 bosses. But that's like main bosses, depending on what you face. So I don't know what it was before. If it was like 100 bosses, everybody's like, oh, hell no. So that may have been the farm. So I don't know what number it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a chest room or just something. Like it doesn't need to be. You already get done running around this place and you're like trying to get up to a boss who's on a rooftop, and you're like, well, I'm down here on the bottom, but there's no shelf for me to go up, so I got to run over here, jump on this little curtain, jump up, fly across, try and get to the guy. And it's like, the verticality of it's not bad, because there's actually, I wish there was more verticality in the game generally. Yes. I actually don't mind that idea.
That's the part I like it.
But when you force me to try and then go vertically in a game that's not overall built for it per se as well, we have at least the mantling, but I don't know. I just like hunting for like chest over here, and it's like, yeah, you get a feel for where they're at, and I'll probably start to get efficient at it again. I'm probably going to not know at first, but I wonder if there's still going to be one down in the bus.
Yeah.
Like, are they in the exact same spot this time? Are they going to mix them up? To me, I would think the boss room would feel more satisfying as opposed to be like, oh, well, there's possibly 9 chests. Oh, we only got 5. It's almost like, here's your awards, but it kind of feels bad if you don't get them all. That's not satisfying.
That's not satisfying. Yeah.
Especially if you're like, dude, we got like 10 bosses and we only got like, and you won't get them all. And you're like trying to frantically, you're like going crazy trying to find these last 2 after you successfully beat like 10 bosses, which is the hard part. Yeah, the rewards don't feel satisfying, I think, the way they should. I think that's more the psychological part.
Yeah, you guys are on the same point with that. I was just curious. I always wanted to know your thing on that. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought too deep about it, but it's always probably when I'm in the middle of it, I'm like, it's like 2 tenths for like finding chests.
Yep. Because you want maximum reward for the effort of the kills that you did.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Just like line up chests. That'd feel great. Feel like you killed like 10, just bam, 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 bam. Oh, hell yeah.
Cash out based on the amount of, okay, no, fair enough. Fair enough. Reverie style of chess. All right, Crystal. Too funny. What about the rewards, though?
What, from this thing? You end up getting a crap load of blues.
Or that, but I'm talking, we didn't get to that. I want to get to that.
Oh, those aren't rewards. Those are stuff you buy.
I know, but
those aren't rewards. Those aren't, wrong word. Those aren't earned.
We could use bright dust, though.
Bright
dust. Yeah, we use bright dust.
How much you got?
I'm low, probably like 2,000-3,000. How much you got? That's the real question. Forget about what how much
count.
You got. Yeah, you probably.
I got 52,000.
Oh my God! Spend it all. What are you saving this for? What are we saving this for? Nothing caught your eye.
Nothing? Oh no! Like I want the ship.
Yeah, the ship is mean.
Ship looks good, and I want the bottom sparrow.
You like the bottom? See, I like the top. Wow.
See, okay, the reason I like the bottom, you see more of the light breaking through, and the top looks like those big gold things, which look a little too over the top for me anyway. It's like a big bulky sparrow with those big gold things. You can't see the gold as much. I like the sleek bullet with the light coming out. You see more of the light coming out of it everywhere.
Yeah, it's like an air track. See, I like the top one. I don't know. It's very ornate. I like that. The little design, a little curve in the front. I don't know. I like the top sparrow. Yo, the ghosts are hilarious.
Gotta get the golf visor.
Yes. And is that a beach hat? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I don't know what the circular frilly thingy. I don't know. I've seen hats like that. I just don't know what it's from. And then, of course, tropical. The emotes, you're sunning out. And I don't know what the other one is. It's like, is his head on fire? Is he the sun? I'm not sure what it is. He's like looking up.
But it's very, very anime. You know,
now, is he
posing.
Going Super Saiyan?
Yeah, like he's Super Saiyan. He's about to do what?
If his fists were clenched, that would even make more sense. But if somebody goes Super Saiyan, it better damn sure be yellow.
Yeah, interesting color with the green. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the micro mini sparrow. I think that's going to be coming through at some point. If you didn't get the micro mini, make sure you pick that one up.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, I mean Eververse is going to be making some money, but the big Eververse stuff is the ornaments.
Yes.
So we know you earn the majestic, you make it magnificent, and you get a white glow. Cool. White glow actually looks pretty good because it contrasts really well with the darker colored armor.
The dark stuff, yeah.
But do you want the colors?
Well, I'm getting them colors.
and then you get that 4th color in the fall.
Yes, talk about it. Let's talk about it.
When you buy the ornaments from Eververse, we already covered the prices and all that stuff. Depending on what subclass you're using, Solar, Arc, and Void, you're going to be orange or, like sky blue or purple. So it's going to match your subclass. The more charged your super is, the brighter your armor glows. You're looking pretty cool. We get Stasis in the fall. They are planning ahead. So they have a preview picture of the Solstice armor with the
question I
dark
have for you.
Blue Stasis glow. What's the question?
It is official that this is Stasis? This color?
It looks like it, yeah.
Because I would have an issue with that. Kind of a little disappointed. Like,
what color do you want Stasis to be? It's going to be blue or white.
Like, here's my thing.
And they have Arc.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. Like, what differentiates this from Arc? Like, that's my thing. And then the second thing is like, you really wanted. I thought I was going to get a whole new color, like a black or whatever. So I guess I was surprised. Look, the blue looks
I mean,
hot.
you've seen like the trailers, right? You are glowing in bluish white, like every.
True.
So like,
but doesn't it seem redundant to have another blue element? Does it seem?
I mean, it's going to be like sky blue or like light turquoise versus like a dark royal blue. They're going to be about as far apart on the blue spectrum as you can get. Now, yeah, there are other colors. There's greens. There's. I mean, you could go yellows, reds. You could do other colors, but for Stasis, whitish or bluish, freezing Stasis, whether it's time related, which would be closer to white in my mind, or blue freezing. That's what
I thought it was going to be.
It's
like
ice.
White or
it's
something.
like it's ice. It's going to be blue.
How are they going to do the same blue?
It's not the same color. It's not even. They don't. You put them next to each other. It's not the same blue.
Of course. So that's what we doing now. Every time we introduce a new subclass, this is fuchsia and this is lavender and this like we can do it shades.
Well, see,
like,
okay, so that's the thing with like
color differences,
like void, electricity, and fire. It would depend on if they ever did like, say, Witch Queen.
Magenta. I'm with you.
No, Witch Queen. I would see a green. It's always green. So if we ever get another darkness subclass, which I don't know if we ever will get another after Stasis.
Green, I'm with you. If we did green,
but it was like, but green doesn't fit Stasis. Green in no way relates to Stasis or ice or freezing. I'm sorry, water is blue.
See, you're all scientific with it, and I get it. You're all letter of the law to the element of the lore and all. I feel you. From a redundancy standpoint, this feels lazy. I'm just like, really? I waited I never thought I was going to get another, subclass thing.
Yeah, it's like, and black, like, while Fred said, it's like, while we're embracing darkness, we're kind of, but it was like, but also black is a hard thing to do to give something flair.
Right.
Like if you have a black subclass, you could have like kind of a shadowy color, but then it's really white versus black again. So they need to do something that's like gonna pop in some way. So like the green for the Witch Queen is something I could definitely see. I mean, you have light, if Lightfall is a thing, that's what they're saving black for. If Lightfall has something to it, that's fine. But when it comes to Stasis, yeah, it's like in my mind, I'm not mad about it because that's exactly what it should be. What color would you want, Stasis? What would you want? It's not going to be like yellow.
Anything other than another form.
No, give me what color you want it to be if it's not blue.
Literally, they could have said anything. I'd be like, all right, cool. Literally, like I'm just like
it's forest green. Well, that doesn't make sense with Stasis. It's just a different color. They have to tie it in somehow.
I'm with Seth, right? Obviously, black is hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Gray, like I don't know. I was a little disappointed. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw this, I was like, oh, maybe this is just them talking about it. And this ain't it. And then I really read it, and I'm like, oh no, this is it. And I was like, all right. Like, who was in the meeting? As far as the meeting,
Stasis has been on locking stuff down in time, and you see people freeze and shatter. I don't know how else to do that. I don't know how else to convey freezing and ice and stasis and locked in like a location better than a whitish blue. Those are your options.
The white, I would have been there with you. There with you.
So what would you? Okay, they did the white glow as a base color. That's your light.
Yeah, that's your light.
So then they had to differentiate from the light. We get blue.
I'm rolling with it, but I'm just like, okay, this is what we doing. We just every couple of years, you just do another shade of a same color, and then that's the new subclass. Oh no, man! It was a little weird to me. I was very surprised by this. I know it's like the most smallest, probably insignificant thing. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it bothered me. I was just like, all right, whatever. This is what
of all the things in this thing.
Yeah,
all
this
the things.
Not Hawkmoon. But this.
Don't even. Are we gonna talk about that? Are we doing this right now?
we can do whatever, but I gotta just focus on it. I was just like, I just want to know how the planning meeting went. Like, say you in a Bungie meeting, right? And they're like, all right, yo, we gonna do this Stasis. You know what I'm saying? Okay, everybody put your ideas in the hat. What we doing with it? And then someone just said, yo, let's just go with another blue, man. Let's just go with another blue. You know, it's gonna fit. That it just seemed funny to me. I don't know. I was very surprised by this.
The meaning of that came long before. We're like, hey, we're doing stasis. All right, we got freezing, we got ice right now, we had electricity, we had fire, we got void energy. Cool. Now we got to put a void. Now we got to put this like glow on here to match stasis. Well, what do we got? Well, it's like ice. We don't have a lot of options. Like they were tied long before that meeting ever happened.
Bro, they are the king.
It's not going to be orange, okay? It's not going to be yellow. It's not going to be green.
No, it's done. I've accepted it. But it's just funny that this is the same team that they could give us all these variants of shaders, right? We have the most shaders going. And this is what this team, like that is funny to me. I was just like, okay.
To be in the realm of electricity and stasis, somewhat related to ice, they made them as far apart as they possibly could. A dark navy blue versus like light blue electricity. They made them as far apart as they probably could in the bluish.
We need to put Stasis and Arc next to each other.
Yeah, we will later.
We need to do that.
I mean, you literally scroll down the page and you can see, like if you look at the animation one actually probably shows it better. If you look at the animation, it's almost like a light turquoise, tealish, bluish. And then you come down. That is just like deep royal blue underneath. And they're not that close.
You sold, baby. You sold. You in.
Okay. I'm just, it's stasis, it's ice. I'm just kind of on board. So it's fine.
He's in, y'all.
So last time, we all lost our minds over this whole Hawkmoon debate.
Yes.
So I put a poll up on Twitter. I tried to be as fair with the phrasing as possible. Now, I will say it was 75-25 leaning to me. But honestly, I did not see the 25% coming.
So expected a whitewash.
It started like literally like for a little while, it was literally like 92.8%. It slowly caught up closer. So it started as like, okay, I'm not. And then I'm like, but 25% of the people think I'm crazy. I was like, all right. So it was just one of those where the idea behind some of the exotics, like people were saying, just somebody commented too, and they just want to watch the world burn. I forget who it was. They're like, bring back Icebreaker and make it even worse or something. They're like, they just wanted to watch the world burn like Joker. It was too funny. But it was just that talk about exotics coming back versus either making something new and is it the right gun? And it was just always the intrinsic nature behind it. So it was just funny to say that like, it was just funny because I was just it was funny. When I started, I was like, oh, and then it got to about 25. I was like, well, yeah, it's like 3/4 with me. There's a quarter of you guys out there that think I'm nuts. So I'm like, all right. I mean, for the way the podcast went, it was 2-1. So in the grand scheme, that was actually probably polling the audience pretty well.
Clearly.
If we would have had 4 people in here, probably would have been 3-1, but that still would have been right. So
no, I know I'm the minority here. There's not even a question. You know what I'm saying? So are we doing this or what are we doing?
Oh, no. I mean, we don't have to go deep diving into it because, I mean, I posed the questions to some people saying, okay, so like, because the way I phrased it wasn't Hawkmoon. I was like, so Icebreaker. We know that would break the game and they do not want ammo regeneration or anything like that. So if you bring back Icebreaker, but it doesn't do what it used to do, should it still be called that or should you just make a new sniper? So that was like, because Hawkmoon's this like, this kind of in between. I still don't think it should be, but like Icebreaker's one we 100% know would break Destiny 2. They would, because we already went through it Whisper. They're not going to like probably go down the same path. So it was just Revokers being sunset at the end of the season. Correct. Also, and Revokers going away. Same thing. Anything that makes ammo out of thin air. We're not huge fans of that. So it's just an interesting topic. I mean, at some point, if
that's
this is
my question, Crystal, that is exactly my question. Yeah, me too. Wait,
so what details about Hawkmoon was revealed? They said they're not going to be doing random damage nature bullets.
I have to quote. Can I read the quote?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I have to quote.
Go for it. Yeah.
So, this is our Lord and Savior Luke Smith. God forgive these sinners. I do believe in the vision. I just want to say that for the record before I read the great scripture. Before I read the great scripture.
Kiss ass.
Damn. I'm with you, Luke. I know they don't believe, but I believe Luke. But anyway, so continuing on with the great scripture. This is what he says. Before people wonder about luck in the chamber, let's talk about luck in the chamber a minute. The OG Hawkmoon had the interesting and sometimes annoying property of all the bullets stacking into one and then zonking someone and deleting them in PvP. And then you kind of wonder, like, what the hell happened? And that randomness of Hawkmoon is kind of a defining property. Emotionally, this is his exact words, for the gun. But the team has envisioned a bold new direction for Hawkmoon. that's going to move the randomness in a different direction. Off of the damage, that's the killer word right there.
I was like, you just ate your own lunch right there.
Right there. That's the one that gets them, right?
Yeah.
So there's no luck in the chamber or holding Ace's perks for it, right? So that's what the exact thing. So the
why you can't call it Hawkmoon. You take the damage away and you take the 2 perks away. They're not even, if the perk isn't even called like holding aces or whatever it is, why is it even Hawkmoon?
So, according to our great savior, Luke Smith, the essence
We're not done
of
with the quote.
gun,
Sorry.
The essence of the gun is the randomness. He calls that the defining property. That's what he says, the creators of the gun. And they just want to do something different. So,
So our argument aside.
Yes.
What do you think they could do with the randomness on the gun?
That's what I'm looking for.
No, I want to know what you think it could be.
I think they could offer probably some completely new mechanic. It has to be, because at the end of the day,
they're moving the randomness in a different way. What about a gun? What can be random?
Something about the bullet. The bullets are going to do something else. Kaibatsu
do what?
We gotta wait and see.
No, I want you to come up with something right now. No, just like theoretically. Yeah, make Hawkmoon without the random damage, but make it still random something. What can you make random on that gun that's going to matter?
I think you got to give it probably a totally new property. I think you got to give it something completely unique or intrinsic to it, or a combination of perks that existed instead of the damage. I know how the damage is for y'all. I get it. You know what this remind me of? This remind me of remember when we came out and they nerfed Elemental would be fire. Crystal, that's a great idea. That would be that is what I'm talking about. That would be fire. That would be fire. Now I don't know how that would affect PvP.
Or a void. Or arc.
That would be fire.
You want to see random energy shot come out of that thing?
That would be fire in PvE. In PvE,
that would be a nightmare to plan around. Be like, oh no, break the shield. No, wrong type. Break the goddamn shield. And you're getting arc, void, arc, and you're looking for stasis. Give me stasis bullet. Come on.
Shout out to Red Eye. Mag size, rate of fire is something they could do. Make the RPM random. Okay. Here's another thing, another exotic I was looking at. We were in the discussion of what other exotics that came back and not exactly in
make the RPM random. Do.
Yo, you know if I heard this gun called? Y'all ever heard of this gun called Cyros Regime? Remember Cyros Regime?
It speeds up. It doesn't random.
Yeah, but remember, no, I'm just talking about in general of an existing exotic.
Yeah.
That came from D1.
This doesn't feel like this is going to be a good argument, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying how things intrinsically change, right? Like there's some things that did change. Obviously, we know
how did
the bottom half
didn't change
of the bullet,
much,
but they added a completely new thing. Dual speed receiver did not exist. That didn't exist on Cyros D1. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like we have to open our minds just a little bit to see what they could do.
That's
but I
not
understand
the
you guys.
point.
I know your point. You guys don't want to exist.
Okay. Hawkmoon aside, they're making a new gun that has some random thing to it. Cool. What's your new gun?
Okay,
that's the point.
Right. And that's what we have to wait and see.
Okay. Then make a new gun. Don't call it Hawkmoon and don't have random bullets. Random bullets will break D2. I get that. Random bullets will break D2. Right. We don't want that. Then make a new hand cannon.
Right, but that's all it is. So, but they're not doing that. So that's over with. So you guys say I'm on the high horse. You guys won't let it go. That's the fun. That's the funny thing of this argument.
Trust me, I get that the gun's coming. Like I can't tell them to make something different. I'm just saying, I think theoretically, as a design decision, I think it's a wrong decision.
Right, because you want the spirit of the weapon. And you know what's funny? Y'all think I don't understand that, and I do.
You don't seem to.
No, I do. I'm just at the acceptance phase. You guys, you know, like when someone tell you no as a kid, you like, but I want it. See, I'm already past that. You guys, I want it. It's no. No holding Nathan. No looking at
but this is just like this in general, just design philosophy for Bungie. I would want to sit down with a weapon designer and say, hey, we want to bring Hawkmoon back. Well, we can't bring the random damage back because we feel like that's unfair for PvP. Then me theoretically as a producer, probably over the top goes, that's not Hawkmoon. Somebody in Bungie had to be probably on.
And you know, you're right. And you know what I said? Literally, which agreed with Forte when y'all were both going crazy, is that I said, this is marketing. This is marketing. I admit
it's a bad way to do that, man.
It's marketing. Yeah,
that's not that. No, Gallahorn would be marketing. Hawkmoon is. That's not. That doesn't. I mean, you have Xbox that didn't get it.
Right.
It didn't last. It was only in year one that it was there. Mm-hmm. This is not hitting like a perfect moment for a lot of people. This is not a marketing play. I just think this is not the way it should be handled.
Let me tell you why it's a marketing play. One, there's so many people. First of all, they're cashing in on the emotion of the hardcore, which is you guys, who are the Hawkmoon base, who love the gun. Just seeing the aesthetic.
And yet they're not going to bring it back so that base likes what they got. So that's already not helping.
We're going to hug this one out. All right, we're going to hug this one out. But it's not happening. So what we're going to do
it's like, if GCX happens, we'll hug it out. I don't even know if GCX will happen. I really want
next
it to.
Next year, it's happening, bro. We need GCX. I need to meet these people in China. I need to meet Amaze. I need to meet the bros. Like, come
Seriously, way too many people.
So here's the thing, right? I admit that's scummy. See, I'm with you. See, y'all thought I was so against y'all. I'm with you.
You lost your mind last time, sir.
No, but y'all kept saying like I was on a high horse and didn't understand. I was in the acceptance
phase. You can empathize with us saying, hey, the gun shouldn't be right. You never said that, period.
No, I did. I said yes, I did. Listen to it again. I did say it. I said, I feel you. Like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, no, I get it. I'm just saying this is what it's going to be, though.
Oh, we all know we can't, like, change the code. I get that. I'm just saying, as a general design philosophy, I don't want them to continue with this. That's why I put the poll out about Icebreaker. Right. If they do an Icebreaker that doesn't regenerate bullets, which they shouldn't do, then means they should not make it in D2, period.
And this is what I'm trying to get you ready for. Because, like, remember how you had to get me ready for sunsetting? Remember I was where you was at? I was like, no, right? That's what, so I'm going to get you where I'm at, right? So what it is they are now getting you ready. This is going to be the new cadence. Listen, chat.
I don't want more old exotics in the first place anyway.
I know.
Oh my God. It's like a therapy session right now, and you're not doing it well.
We're going to get there. So what they're doing now, let me tell you what the new rules of engagement are with Bungie and bringing exotics, right? These are the new rules. The new rules, Chef Forte's laughing, is if your gun that you want, your prized baby, was broken, they're going to market this and bring it back and change it if it's broken. That's going to be the new rule. And this is going to upset a lot of you.
Make new weapons.
I feel you. And you're right.
Then don't give them the out.
Because
don't support their decision. If you feel us, don't support them.
You know what looks cool? When the trailer for Beyond Light comes out and they say Hawkmoon's back and you get all fuzzy inside and you hype and you put the pre-order. That works. I know what they're doing. That's what this is.
Honestly, like if I see old exotics in a trailer, I'm typically less hyped because I want new stuff.
But they give us new stuff. In fairness, they do give us a lot of new stuff. Come on, they gave us a lot. We got a Witherhoard. We got an effigy.
Yeah, keep those going.
All right, hold on. Let me. I gotta get forward. Here's the thing: we got Shadow Keep. We got Divinity. We got Deathbringer. We got Xenophage.
I know. Keep it going.
All new. Undying. We got the only one.
You don't have to list off all the new exotics. I'm just saying, keep making new stuff.
Right, but the ratio, in fairness, the ratio is about 80% new, 20% old.
Well, they're running out of old. They've tapped a lot of them out already.
No,
if you look over the first couple of years of Destiny 2, yeah, that's a lot of old stuff.
Facts. Let me ask you
Go through the armor as well. That one hurts.
Yeah, slow-mo, they mad over the name. That's what it is. They like keep the name. It's the sacredness. I know it's a sacred thing. I know what it is. I know it. Listen, I'm just warning y'all now. This is going to be something they're going to do. If it's a gun, like, for example, like an icebreaker, or you know what else falls in this category? Invective. We know invectives.
Yeah, it's not coming back either. That would break PvP. They may
bring these things back with now the new imagining because of the sandbox, because of the balance. And I feel you if you love their gun. If it's my beloved gun, like the way y'all love Hawkmoon.
I don't even love some of these guns. It just shouldn't. Like, if you're going to make a perk that changes the way said weapon works, just make a new. Why is it so? I know you have to go through the art models and stuff, so there are some assets in there, but they make a lot of exotics already. Either bring a gun back that fits, or don't bring it back. Like, no time to explain. That was never that powerful in the first place, so they probably don't have to change
what
that.
I think y'all should do then. Since, another thing, your option is you could boycott and don't use the gun.
I probably won't.
Oh, you standing on your square. Ooh,
We're gonna find out. I mean, I said if the randomness isn't for damage and it's just like,
so
I can't figure out what the randomness is going to be.
All right, we gonna pout and not try. That's what we gonna do,
dude. I'm gonna let other people are probably gonna have it long before I get it, unless it's a quest. So
I don't even know you to associate yourself with Hawkmoon in this fashion. This is another thing that's funny about this.
No, but if it was Icebreaker, I'd be doing the same thing. If it was Invective, I'd be doing the same thing. If you're gonna bring back a weapon, and it's not like it should be, make a new model, a new name, and a new set of perks. That's the whole point of like a new exotic that functions in a different way.
What they say, Bonds just had a starter. I feel you, Bonds, too. Look, man, I'm just trying to get y'all to the acceptance phase. That's all. I'm there. Just come on. The water's nice.
Dude, I can't change the programming. I get that. I can accept it. I'm also just saying for future iterations, I don't want them to continue this either. Hawkmoon is done. I can't change Hawkmoon.
Okay, all right. At least we got that because you never admitted that. Thank you.
I'm not going to change. I've never said I could change their mind.
The way y'all was coming, I thought y'all was going to change.org.
I can't change Bungie's mind despite your jokes.
It was serious.
No, I've never once said I can change their mind. I just think as a design philosophy for exotic weapons ever, that shouldn't be the way they're done. So if they think about Invective, they think about Icebreaker, leave them in the past, make something new.
What about this?
I got to shout out Witch Queen. Hold on. Had a little message.
Shout out Witch Queen.
What if they made it like stores, charges, and kills, and then be able to one-shot Guardian that would remove the randomness with the damage, but it has one-shot potential. So it has a chance to like store something up that might have a chance to use it occasionally. Random element, champion shots, like... If you get champion shots, you actually got to make exotics and champions work together. That's a whole different argument.
What if they did that? That's what I'm saying. What if they had some spawn of the elements on it? The little intrinsic champion stuff.
What, random champion? Oh, I fired. Nope, that's a barrier. Nope, that's unstoppable. Nope, that is never going to work.
But you'd have it. But you have
it. You could not depend on that in a Grandmaster Nightfall when your life is on the line.
It's the spirit of the weapon.
No, that is not the spirit of the weapon.
You'd have two random, stunning props. That would be fire. Come on, E. Come with me. Come with the water's nice.
No, you're saying like a random stasis bullet?
A random overload shot or a random barrier.
No, that's a terrible idea.
Hawkmoon.
That's terrible. That's awful. You would never depend on that in a situation where that mattered. You would never depend on that ever.
All right. So what if it's two random bullets of the same? So what if it's like
Witch Queen? Oh no, Witch Queen. If they bring back Whisper after sunset and it doesn't refill ammo from reserve, will you be mad? Correct. Yes, I will be mad. Don't bring back Whisper like that. Leave in the past.
He's about his names. He's about the purity, the sacredness. He don't mess with him. Don't mess with them. Now this is
new shit. Is that so hard?
But they do. And they bring it's like they're like sacred scriptures. It's like, don't you dare touch this gun. It's fun.
I'm literally saying that for all of them, by the way.
I know, you fighting.
All exotics from D1, treat them all the same. If they're not going to come back in a similar fashion, Thorn was a variation, but still had the dot over time. That was an evolution, not a completely different path for the weapon. That's the difference in that one, and that's why it matters.
No, I've been in this. I'm just trying to get him over to where I'm at. I'm just trying to get him to the acceptance phase.
Just saying,
and then we can talk
Hawkmoon
about
is going to happen. I just don't want to see it keep happening. That's literally all. Hawkmoon is going to happen. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to be thrilled about it, but anyways.
I feel you. Last point I will say is that this is the kind of thing that companies do. They test the waters. They see, right? And once if it goes over okay, expect to see more of it. I won't think it'll be like super frequent because they're gonna run out of exotics, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, listen, at some point, Gallahorn coming back.
No.
You know it is?
Yes. Don't do it.
Yes, come in. The water's like I'm trying to mentally prepare you now.
See, that's a mistake. They reissued it. It was the big thing in year 1. They reissued it in year 3. You can't do a triple issue. Come on.
Bro,
that's
we are no
garbage.
longer with the numbers, right? They're no longer with the numbers. They are by themselves. They do not have anyone. They don't have Daddy Activision.
Okay, hold on. We got 47 people in there. If you guys have just lurking, I'm calling you for like 5 seconds. You can go back to lurking. If you want to see Gallahorn come back, put a 1. If you don't want to see Gallahorn come back, put a 2. I would do a poll, but I'd have to switch screens. So for now, just in chat, 1, you want to see Gallahorn come back. 2,
Spidey.
You don't.
Black Iron Man, no. That's but I always said
1,
they won't,
2,
it won't be
2,
damage based,
2,
so that won't
2,
work.
2.
That's why they should bring the weapon back. Random and damage. Forte, we get it, but it's coming, brother. It's coming. So you just gonna have to get over this. You gonna have to get to the acceptance phase too. You guys are like scorned, upset lovers. Like, I get it. It's not, your baby. I understand. He said 2 if they don't have Wolfpack. Right? He's an angry man.
I would say this poll probably looks similar to my poll on Twitter. It's about 75% 2s and about 25% 1s.
Shout out to Brish. I am having a ball.
And shout out to a guest appearance in chat, by the way.
Who we got?
Go look. About the 5th vote.
The 5th. Why am I missing this part?
Forte, GMD, Witch Queen Cognito. There's a hoplite in chat.
Oh, shout out to hoplite. We'll speak. We'll definitely speak. Salute, salute.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, no, I get it. It's, listen, I think that's the path they're on until maybe development, they get a little stuff. These things ain't easy to make, man. It's easy to do one cash grab. I call it a cash grab. You do the one cash grab joint per season that's going to hit the nostalgic feels to get a little bit of that old school base to come back. And is it right? Is it a little bit scummy? Absolutely. I'm never going to say it's not. Do I understand what you're saying to the letter of the law, especially if it's my gun? Like, I guess Sleeper would be that. But,
that'd be yours, yeah.
Yeah.
They bring Sleeper back in. It's an auto rifle.
now you're being ridiculous.
That's the point.
It ain't that much of a change. But I see what you're saying, though, as far as the intrinsic nature. See, that's what's funny. I understand you guys, but you guys were so emotional. You didn't want to hear it.
I've never once been quite like that.
Yeah, I've never seen that from y'all. I was like, wow, this is a big deal. But I believe in Luke, man. Luke, forgive them. They gonna be okay. They just gotta touch it, see what it do. Luke, I'm telling you, man. Have faith in Luke. He gonna make it right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. This is gonna be a fun one. We'll see what happens, though. Hopefully it's something cool. But I will say this. I will give y'all this. Y'all got us on the record. In fairness, if it comes back and it is absolute trash, if it is really not effective, then yes, you get every right to give Luke the business on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, you should have left it alone. It was fine how it is, and you made it worse, or you made it a joke. Fine, but the pressure's on. They know how you guys feel. Come on, you got to admit that. They know you guys, especially Dado, the biggest, one of the biggest guys in the community. That's his favorite gun. People love this gun. They've got to do it. I got a little faith. Maybe I'm too optimistic. I got a little faith they're gonna do something a little cool, something a little intrinsic, a little different that we didn't see, and maybe like, oh wow, all right, this is it's not the same, different, but still cool. That's what I'm saying.
We will. Only time can tell, man.
Only time.
I just like, if it's got different perks and stuff on it, give it a different name and model. That's my opinion. You're open to seeing if they evolve it right.
I feel you.
That's up to you.
Oh my God, Quentin, what classifies effective? Oh, Sandy, Cog will get Hawkmoon, and by that podcast, he said, you're right. It was trash.
Did you get your Hawkmoon? Did you use it? One time I used it and I put it away.
Black Iron Man. Brian Cog. Not every idea Luke has is a good one. Remember Guardian Games and saying that Stranger storyline is over back in the... Y'all
wow, coming hard right now. Jeez, guys.
After all Luke did for you, Black Iron Man.
You guys, we don't know if Bungie listens to this podcast. Shout out if y'all do. Y'all are amazing.
Y'all amazing.
Remember, it's all out of love right now. But
invite me to the tour because I got faith. Invite me to the tour. I'm the guy.
Yeah, I'm the one who backed you up on sunsetting. This is one weapon. Mine's bigger, so
he gets
I got you, Luke, on that one.
I got the Hawkmoon new idea tour.
So we're not Bungie apologists all the time. We pick different hills to die on for Bungie.
True.
So we have some differing opinions, but overall, this is where you gonna we're win. The Bungie Apologist podcast combined.
Facts. Now, this is where you gonna win. The day they announce Exotics get sunset, and then I gotta be where you at, and I'm gonna be like, nah, man, I'm not. I don't know. And then you gonna be like, nah, this is what I'm talking about. Come to water's nice. This is what. And I will be angrily going to your side.
Oh yeah, when they sunset Exotics, man. Woo. That world will end.
I dread that day because there's a part of me, I'll admit.
You know it.
They're testing the one. See, I learned through that experience.
I was like, eat your own words, man.
Yeah,
eat them hard.
What I said. So when that day come, chat, y'all come for me and say, Cog, I want to see your face. They taking your exotics. They putting power numbers on it. It's over for your dick. And I'm going to be like, you know what? I got to eat that one.
Slow-mo's do it. Slow-mo says sunset all exotics, do it.
Come on, Slow. You were doing so well. Slow, you put so well there. You were on my side. You were antagonizing the right people. No, don't do this one.
No, they start phasing out some of the... Oh, they would do it in time, I would bet. Maybe they last for years. But if you get to... That's like, again, like the 6 years, like... it's something I could see.
Hoplite, thank you.
I'd cry if they sunset all exotics. See, I would never say all, but I could definitely see a time the way they're doing it. I could see it.
See, I'm not ready yet.
We've established that.
See, we both got those see things where you are to our soul. I ain't ready for that, fam. I'm on. What you mean you on the side of Kel? Get Slow. You're supposed to be on my side and antagonizing 14. You're not supposed to be antagonizing.
Yeah, see, I can't remember who replied to my tweet and was just like, just bring it back and make it like twice as bad. Let's just watch everything burn. Somebody was just like ready to watch, just set things on fire and watch. Just grab their popcorn.
That would emotionally get me would be like Outbreak Prime, Whisper, because of what was required to do those.
Yeah.
And the multiple runs and getting the catalyst. Oh, that would hurt. That would be a sad day for me.
So Whisper would go first by time. Then the next year, you'd see Outbreak and some stuff go. It just slow evolution. I don't like the joy
in your voice, bro. I don't like the joy in your voice.
It goes both ways, is all I'm saying.
This is the payback.
The game has to continue to evolve. Apparently, I've got to get on board with the evolution of reissued exotics, and you got to get on board with the change of times. We both got to roll with the punches, man.
We got to roll with it. Facts. That's why you're my bro. That's my bro right here. We emotional over the funniest things.
Oh, man.
It's a fun one.
We're in a weird time, guys. It is so... Like, Destiny is in this weird spot where we sit here and, like, think about everything that could be coming. We spend half an hour debating over one weird, dumb, exotic reissue just because we're dumb and joke about it. But it's like, we have a lot of time to think about this stuff because Beyond Light was delayed. Mm-hmm. We have the European Aerial Zone. That's a month long. Now, if you're going to do all three characters, it's probably going to take you all month unless you just, like, no life it, which those people man, I don't envy you. But on the other side, you're like, so September, and then when does Festival? So this ends the start of September. Festival starts in October.
Mm-hmm.
So we got September's nothing.
Yeah, it's looking bleak, bro.
September's Avengers? No.
All right. What's in September? We have the roadmap?
Nothing.
0. So when does Solstice end?
Solstice ends November 10th.
Oh, so this goes all the way through.
No, right, so Solstice ends, no, sorry, I was thinking the season. September 8th.
Oh, September.
And then Season of the Rivals, if they updated the calendar, now should show Festival Lost. So you have September 8th to October 6th. Nada.
Yeah.
And then Festival Lost ends October 6th to November 3rd. And then you have 1 week until Beyond Light comes out.
Right.
And it's just, it's weird because
it's weird.
It is the way maybe Festival is just going to be ongoing. And then just somewhere in those weeks, they start wrapping up the seasonal content. Because, I mean, you have the evacuation missions, even if they do them once a week, that's still sometime in October.
Gap,
so, yeah, September 8th now, granted, we've all bitched and complained about 6 months of downtime, and I'm looking at 1 month and like, oh no, 4 weeks. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like 1 month will be fine. Keep working on your seals. Keep working on your titles. Keep working on all your old stuff. Like Cognito got his Master worked Outbreak, what you were doing.
Yes,
There's a lot of stuff you can do. That's just kind of the thing. Now, in my opinion, you could take the, festival, make it a little longer. But honestly, Solstice, they could extend. That's the one I wish they would extend, to be completely honest.
This, though, and I think it was Crystal that actually got me in mind thinking about it. Do you think with the old cadence where September was supposed to be Beyond Light, do you think that they were going to sneak in one of those like classic hidden mission days? No. Okay.
Not with Prophecy. Not even would not fathom it with Prophecy being this season.
That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, it's probably too short a window. That's why, I can't see them doing anything now because this is scramble time to just extend. So
yeah, they need time to finish, which is fine. Take the time you need.
But yeah, they did infer when they made the announcement that this was getting delayed to November. They did infer we have a couple of surprises. It's probably gonna be light, you know what I'm saying? But I am curious to see, because they still got that gap where they didn't account for content that they now have to account for. You can't literally do. I mean, they could literally just do banners and I'd be pissed off. But
no, but I mean, like, in fairness to them, can you always ask them to be like, we need to extend the game to build this thing? Facts. But you got to fill this with something. No, they don't. That's the key.
But what do they do? Is it just going to be Iron Banner?
Yeah.
Is it going to be, so we're going to have every other week?
Valor bonus, Infamy bonus, Iron Banner, that's all I see.
I just want to know if there was something they can do that's not necessarily designing new assets that was existing that I was just thinking there was anything.
No, I don't see anything. Like, no, if they had something like that, it's got a certain place. If it was going to be in September when it's the downtime, that's when Beyond Light is launching.
I know what I would like them to do.
What
would be cool is if they start doing like, all right, you know how we got double Valor weekend, double, such and such. What they need to do,
double Nightfall weekend,
like double material weekend. So you get in there and you be like, yo, golf balls is dropping, shards are dropping, because these materials, y'all, get a little rough. I've been masterworking a lot. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Like, it's rough when you get to from 8 to 10. It's rough. They want a lot. They want a lot of resources.
Yeah, that's why most of my stuff lives at 8 or 9.
Yeah, like
or 7.
Like, this would be a cool way. Because think about this: when the Nightfalls are when the few times that they are broken, everyone's in.
Yeah.
Everyone's running there. They'll even try to ramp up the Grandma. They need to. You can't make new assets, so now just increase some rewards. Give some people a chance to farm a couple of these things. I think that would help a little bit.
Make Pit of Heresy drop Masterwork stuff that actually has good stats on it.
Hello.
Make Prophecy drop Masterworked armor if you go into like PvE activities are dropping high stat. Masterworked and lots of golf balls and shards just everywhere just like it's raining currency. Like, I don't know, like that stuff they could do. Now, granted, the Pit of Heresy has been in there for a while, so apparently that's a little harder than I think, but in my head, it's not. What do I know? But yeah, I mean, take Nightfalls and get that in the rotation. Yes, that would be a nice tease to stuff they could start doing in the fall, because that's stuff they need to do more. Because they do have the, your Crucible ranking, your Infamy, your Valor, your Glory. All of those have like rankings you can earn. There's nothing on the PvE side. Now, granted, there's plenty of crap to do in PvE. Don't get me wrong. Not saying PvP doesn't have stuff. They could always use more. But in turn, what do you get out of those? Double the rewards on that side. Absolutely. I fully support that.
Yeah, that would give a nice shot in the arm. Everyone loves those weeks when your video goes out, he makes a video like, yo, now's the time to get in there, y'all. This is dropping this, and especially like I said, shards and all that stuff, golf balls especially. Where do you even get those at?
Nightfalls or Trials chest, I think.
I've never gotten a golf ball.
Really?
Never.
No, yeah, it's Master Nightfalls or Trials now.
Shout out to Black Iron Man Crystal. All right, PC.
Yeah, also fix the number of master golf balls I can hold. If I want to farm them, let me hold like 50 golf balls, dude. Stop keeping me at 10. Be like, well, you can only hold 10. So if you do spend your 10, then you got to go back into the activity. What if I want to play the crap out of these Nightfalls and store some up because you guys make them hard enough to get? I remember when they mentioned be like, oh, we're going to make currencies easier. Nope. That's not, these currencies still, and that's my issue, I think, bigger with the armor is this whole instance of mods have a very expensive cost. The seasonal mods have an even more expensive. I did a whole video over the damn artifact. That's a different animal. And just the idea that, as you said, I'm afraid to masterwork because you've never got one. Right. So then if you do masterwork, the ones you get for a season, you only get like 3 sets of armor.
Yeah.
You get a random roll out of it. You're like, oh, I got a better random roll. Now, I don't know how much you get back when you dismantle one.
I never dismantled it. I don't think I've ever gotten a golf ball back. No, but I don't think I've ever dismantled a 10-piece yet.
I have enough armor from Pit of Heresy that I probably could.
Yeah, you should test it.
But I don't think you do. To my understanding is I don't think you get a golf ball back, which is get to like 999. Yeah, the currency limitations still bug me. Yeah, a lot of that stuff should definitely be higher.
Said no, it doesn't. He said doesn't give you a golf.
Doesn't give one back. So then again, so if you do put the golf ball in and you're like, I just got a slightly better stat roll. Well, shit. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, that's the whole point is to continue to farm to try and get that like, oh, I got something with 63 stats and it shifted it just a little bit more to the build that I'm going for.
Facts.
Well, now I got to spend all this more currency. Then I got to go find Grandmaster Nightfall groups again. Yeah. That's the weird place that I guess armor is in for me is because I don't put the effort in because I feel if I do commit, I'm not as rewarded. And especially, and this is where sunsetting does come in, especially as sunsetting armor. To say that.
Yeah, because now we're going to invest all this stuff are we really going to invest all this in a 1260? Right? You almost now want to only, like, I'm almost into like, if it ain't 1310, 1360, I ain't investing.
Season of Arrivals only, basically.
Yeah. Like that, it's like if you want us to, you're doing this sunsetting thing to get us to do fresh and new. Okay, if you want us to do fresh and new, then you got to give more materials because the materials y'all hoarded is not good enough. That's just a fact. And this would be the time now during a dead period to reward the people who are still loyal to the game during a dead period because we're giving you time to do Beyond Light. So in this case, here's an Ascended Shard weekend. Here's a weekend, like golf ball weekend. Like, come in there, you get double rewards. Give us some fun, man. People will get in there, man. People will get in there for at least a weekend and rock out. They need to do more of it.
Yeah, like that's the whole point is like the game does get kind of fun when like you do go, I have 10 energy on everything because I have a full Pit of Heresy set, but I can't even like use that going into the fall. So like my full Pit of Heresy set that I'm using now to solo Flawless like Prophecy, which I did because I can use it and I can mix some of those things up. I can't use it in the fall because, the tier 10 stuff. And that's like, stuff costs a lot. And I understand certain things have values. But again, as I've said before, make some of this high level stuff have 12 energy on it. But don't make those golf balls so impossible to find. What if you do turn in a package every so often? Like every blue moon, you can make it less than 1% at Shacks.
Make it like an exotic. Yep.
Every blue moon, golf ball.
You're like, oh, okay.
Sweet. I got one. Cool. Absolutely. I got a bonus. I can use it. Like, if you made them come up every so often more frequently, people wouldn't be hoarding. Like I hoard them because I'm like, if I fully masterworked everything, not everybody can farm these nightfalls. Like, GMD's in chat. He's probably sitting there could have like 900 of these things, as many stuff as he's carried people through. He could have all the stuff in the world, but I can guarantee you 95% of the player base is not like him. And they barely have enough and they might be afraid to use them. Or if they do, they've probably regretted it at some point. So...
But you made a good point. Brent made a good point. It's like you feel like you're being punished for grinding. It is true. They're putting the cap on it. They're being stingy, and they also putting the cap on it. So yeah, they got to work on that. Sure.
And I guess this is where it's like they're holding a lot of information on Beyond Light because I know things are still in flux. But they really got to start sharing some stuff over Beyond Light. We're in August now. I know we got August, September, October. We got 3 months, but like
they're pushing back.
I know they're holding some, but I mean, there's some questions people need, like Tassie's sitting there writing articles like, how is transmog going to work? Do I need to hold on to the armor? Or is it going to be stuff that if I've earned it once, I can do whatever thing mechanic they make that I can turn around and use that as an ornament? How is that? Do I need to keep the armor to like plug it into some machine, so that gives me the transmogability. Or if I ever earned it, like there are some. What's going to happen to my 4 currencies for the planets going away? Those are like, should I go to Spider and farm those things, or should I like start dumping those into other stuff to buy the materials that matter? Those
their nose is to the grindstone right now. They're trying to make this date. They're very good about that stuff. I mean, it's just going to be a while. I honestly think August is going to be a wash for that kind of. We may get light kind of stuff. I'll be surprised if we start getting preview stuff this early. I think September.
I mean, September is the downtime. They'll fill it with that maybe.
Yeah.
Grind your hearts out in Solstice. When Solstice is done,
right?
Our down month will start filling your heads with the new stuff.
Yeah, they're just stretching this out. They're just in a situation where they have no choice, and that's just where we at, you know. And you know, like you said, play at your leisure, do what you got to do, get stuff done that you want to do. I think now is the time. There's some great, you know, stuff that you can start farming, start prepping, start getting your exotics, start doing these raids, you know what I'm saying? As far as if you want your what you call your moments of triumph and all that stuff. And I think now is the time. This is my motto: be optimal. Now is the time to look at your builds, look at your vault. See, like I had to make some tough decisions. Like it was emotional for me to delete the old one that I got the shirt from, the old suit. But I was like, look, now the new one's announced. It's gonna be a full year. This terrible stat armor that looks good. Got to go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, look, I'm up to about, you'll laugh, I'm like up to 60 masterwork cores. That's huge for me. 60 masterwork cores.
60 cores? Nice.
Yeah, it's like huge. So I'm like, all right, cool. I started cleaning that up. And now, also, with time to be even, this is my other advice, time to be more greedy with God rolls. So if you got that cold denial and you like, damn, it would have been cool if it would have had feeding frenzy and this masterwork, now's the time. You got all the materials. You got all the things. Go in there, roll the dice. That's what I've been doing. I got me a cold denial now, feeding frenzy, range, and swashbuckler.
Nice.
Because there's no what you call it.
I got multi-kill on mine.
Rocking and rolling, right? You know what I'm saying? Same thing. All the shotgun I've been doing. I got the God roll. I farmed for the God roll SMG. I got my trench barrel back. With a range masterwork.
Got you.
Ikelos is in there. Like, time to be greedy and optimal. If you do that, all your 1360s lined up, you're going to be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have a lot of that best stuff. That's the joy I've been kind of having in the game lately. Just really being greedy. Like, okay, I got all this material. Let's have some fun. Let's see, hit the slots. See what we got.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got my Fallen Guillotine. Perfect roll. Check that box.
Nice.
I have a really good forward path actually, but I will definitely say Iron Banners this week.
I got me a better forward path. What you got?
Feeding Frenzy multi-kill.
Nice.
Hold on, I gotta look.
I got Feeding Frenzy Squash, and I'm having fun with. I'm having a lot of fun with Squash.
Feeding Frenzy multi-kill, Tactical Mag, and Hit Mark with it's like reload speed. It's not perfect, but I mean. Comes up to Iron Banner. It's like farming for weapons in Iron Banner, not easy. Yeah. But I will definitely say, in PvP, Fool's Remedy, man, that sidearm.
Yeah, Kai Swap. It's something about everyone's. It's one of those guns you always say that everybody else can use it except you. Everybody else kills me with it. I use it. I'm garbage.
I'm not great with it, I'll be honest, but I've sat there and fired it at a wall, and its recoil direction is 94. It is dead vertical. If you literally don't move and you shoot it at a wall, it's straight up.
I think it's the sight that throws. You know what? I'm a breach light guy. It's something about like I got a breach light with Demolitionist and Vorpal, and I just love this thing. Man. I am just tearing. I think it's the sight. It's something about the weapon placement. I'm just terrible. It's just I know it's a me issue. I am just terrible with that gun.
Oh no, I mean, granted, Cool Guy put out a video that, 180s are not in a good spot, but everybody was in that whole like, hey, trust. And I'm like, I hated trust. It's a 180, but I hate all 180s typically for me do not feel great. So it's, I mean, I get killed with Last Dance. I don't know. It's just for me, it's like, it's a nice, because it's a full auto one. So if you're airborne as a Titan, I don't have the hover, which so my aim typically sucks, but I still can kind of hope to like maybe veer their direction while I'm jumping with a full auto. So it's been fun, but it's like, I got it And like I'd use like Lonesome or whatever reasonable sidearm I had to get it in the first place. But once I've got it, I'm like, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad. It's not that bad, man. Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been messing with different builds. I dusted off a couple of exotics, Izanagi and a couple other stuff. Messing around with a lot of different loadouts and stuff like that. Just being optimal, man. Yep, Cat Daddy team, no sleep. You already know. That's my buddy. Cat Daddy's he never played D1. He just started playing D2.
Now
he went from casual to hardcore in the matter of 3 weeks. I've watched this man transform into playing Destiny more than me. So salute to Cat Daddy, man. He is
nice
now
to see people get hooked on this thing this long into it.
Welcome to the club, baby.
Yeah.
Salute. That's the homie right there.
But yeah, like Iron Banner's not bad. You got your pinnacle rolls from that, but I'm like, am I going to grind everything up? I don't know. I've been trying to do other stuff as well.
Yeah, I don't even care about pinnacles anymore, to be honest.
I was like, I mean, I'll like my Titan's almost 1060. Like I'm 1059.7 or 8 or whatever. I'm close enough that I need literally 2 rolls. So I'm 1059. So any pinnacle, even the plus ones, are going to be 1060. I just need RNG to hit. And we have so much time. But I will tell you also, like when I went and did my whole 20-minute video over the artifact, and I was like, I wonder who's the highest power level. I've been seeing some guy pop up on Twitter, and I looked. He is 1,114. His artifact is plus 54.
That's ridiculous.
But I also feel really bad because that does you nothing.
Does nothing.
Does it?
And you need to feel strong.
Yeah.
You need to feel strong.
Like, so part of it was like when it comes to the artifact, for one, you could literally get rid of the first 3 columns of the artifact.
Yeah.
First one, you could put anti-barrier, overload, and unstoppable. Just make those like weapon perks you can pick from. Just like any weapon perk we have.
Yes.
Pick what weapons you want them available on. That slot's gone. Second one, all they're doing is changing the cost of either reload speeds or anything else. So literally just, hey, seasonal patch notes, these mods are cheap this season. Done. That column's gone. Third one, Glimmer. That one sucks.
Glimmer, just get the whole column out.
Whole thing gone. Just goodbye column. And the reason I will never use it, I'm never going to go through the 12 and then be like, hey, I'm actually really low on Glimmer. Maybe I could go, kill a whole lot of taken stuff and get some back. I'm never going to reset my artifact to do that. I think Paul said this before. Let me unlock every mod. The dude who's plus 54, I think has earned to have every mod available.
Yeah.
But it's a great, like, as you keep playing, especially if you get up to like plus 20, like the mods go quicker than your levels because the mods are linear. Let me unlock every mod because like the end column is the big powerful stuff.
Listen, I feel you, but they how they get with they balance.
No, that's not the whole thing on the end. They're all 6 or 7. They all work in the same slot. So you could have access to them all. So I'm never going to be able to use like all the different perks any more than I would set up. Right. So like having access to all of them would let me have variety of builds.
Right.
And again, they're only 3 months anyway. That's another thing. Right. If you're going to make all these mods over the seasonal artifact to be like, hey, if some that are liked are fan favorites, how about they become permanent? Nothing has become permanent from the artifact. Where'd that whole little message go? Hey, if you guys like them, we'll bring them into the game later for nothing's coming.
Oh, yeah. They did say that. Yeah,
nothing's permanent yet. How many people of Oppressive Darkness, if it was just a permanent thing, would probably run that?
Yeah. I mean, that and
the sword one last season. You commit to swords, but you use that mod that was like 6 or 7 energy, but you're harder to kill with a sword.
Right.
So it makes swords in a PvE smash world viable.
So, you know what's kind of fire? Do you have that the mod for the rocket launcher for every charge of light? It gives you the extra.
See, that one is the charge of light stuff's permanent. Those you won't get. Those you won't get rid of. It's the seasonal stuff is more what I mean. But yeah, those are.
I like that.
I know what you're talking about,
bro. Two-tailed fox with that.
Yeah, I've heard that's a lot.
Two-tailed is back. That's a build I was playing. And I see Jaw did a video. I'm like, damn, I could have did a video because I knew about that. That joint is crazy. Yeah, if you got that rocket launcher mod and you have charge with light, it literally feels like old school rocket. It's probably arguably one of the best DPS weapons in the game now. So yeah, dust off that two-tail, man. Another one.
Yeah. Well, somehow with just Solstice and us two here, we rambled on for another 2 hours, and you guys made it through it. Chat, you guys have been fantastic today.
Amazing. Yeah,
I've been loving all the comments and stuff. You guys have been keeping us on our toes, calling both of us out, making sure we're playing fair. You guys are awesome, by the way. Just wanted to shout you guys out. Kicking off this August,
Salute. Chat was lit. Show.
But in the grand scheme of things, you got anything else?
Nah, man. I mean, like I said, this just at the end of the day, like I said, be optimal, have fun, do what you got to do. If you
optimal DPS said the data.
Said the data, right? And then from there, just go play some other games, get some stuff done. Come in on your resets, knock out what you got to knock out, but also get your start raiding and start playing trials, y'all. Come on. Time. This is time now.
What are those things?
And play.
That's heresy
trials.
You speak of.
Exactly. If you want the cool shirts, the cool stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just have some fun, man. There's some cool activities in the game they're going to reward you for. And remember, some stuff is going away. So you gotta lock that down. And these are the chance. They're giving us the rewards. Witch Queen, I feel you on the solo stuff. I feel y'all. I'm telling you, I mean, if you're on PC, all I can say, LFG is really cool. I'm telling you. There's times when some of my clanmates say, no, I jump right on in there. It's good trials.
It's not all bad. No, it's not all bad. You'll find some stuff.
Good trials go away. Geek, come on, Geek. So, you going to stop with the sunset trial. Now you're going too far.
Sunset and trials.
Would you help me with trials? Yes, I would. Last one, I would actually jump in there with you. The problem is, one, I think you said your platform was Xbox or PC. I forgot.
Crystal, I think it's on PC.
Yeah, if it's PC, it's a little spooky, but I'll jump in there with you. I don't care.
Actually doing trials tomorrow. I'm waiting to do trials till Solstice starts, because if I got to get 7 wins, I may as well.
Let's wait.
I'm going to do all that at the same time. I'm going to get my 7 wins while trials is going on, because I'm not doing it twice.
Hey, what the word I use is we don't do things for free. So
you out here charging now?
No, not money. I meant. Like, this is my word. Like,
you gotta worship this man. You gotta buy him a pizza. I don't know, something. Send him
when
a pizza.
When I say we don't do it for free, what I mean is from an optimal standpoint, right? We talked about multitasking, doing multiple things at once to get objectives done. So we wait on trials until Solstice drop. Then we get credit for this pain that we putting in, and also grabbing bounties, doing that. That's what I mean, optimal. That's what I mean. We don't do it for free. You got to do it. Get a reward for it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't do it now. Raid now.
Yeah, raid now. Raid all you want. Do your dungeons. Do your solos flawless.
Yeah. Facts.
So.
Yeah, man.
All right. Got to figure out who we're going to raid. Got a couple options. Obi Katie Cat. We got Zoe, who was on. Let's do Zoe. She was on here.
Yeah. Oh, quick announcement. Quick before you.
I was just going to say, it's like, so if you guys got an opinion of who we should raid, throw them in chat. So let me know, and we'll figure out who we're going to raid when we get done. But I think that's where we will wrap this thing up. So Cog, whatever you got, man, floor is all yours. Hit him,
man. Listen, you already know @Lord Cognito on Twitter. First of all, chat, y'all amazing. Salute to y'all. Like, this was a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? Always calling us out. It's hilarious. But so @Lord Cognito on Twitter, on Iron Lord Podcast, YouTube this week, whether on YouTube or Twitch, we will have the Iron Harvest developers. It's a cool real-time strategy game. If you're into real-time strategy, it will be the developers versus us. Wish us luck.
Oh, you're playing against them?
We're playing against the developers of the game. Its game's in open beta right now on Steam.
Oh, you're going to die.
You can check it out. We might die a horrible death.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to go out fight. So it's Iron Harvest devs versus the Iron Lords. Come check us out. Should be a 3v3. Will be fun. Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be on ILP. And then Sunday, back to our regular scheduled program with the Iron Lord Podcast, 1 p.m. Eastern. We will have a fun show. One of the devs that we have from Iron Harvest will come back on, and we'll also have Hogue Law will make his return.
Bring him in.
Hogue is going to be talking about the legalities and the contractual nature of Sony exclusivity deals. It will be very, very fun. So check that out. We have some fun topics. Shout out to Lady. Oh, what's up? Yeah, Lady Up is cool people.
I was like, I'm sure you'll have to pick his brain on the xCloud crap going on too.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about Apple not playing nice. We got to talk about all the latest in gaming.
There's a couple yikes moments out there in the world.
Ooh, yeah, so that's what we got. But that's what I wanted to shout out. And again, y'all already know about the last word. Y'all here. Y'all already know about that. And shout out to shout out to my boy King. He'll have some King of the statues up, some other fun stuff up on the channel. So, and appreciate the support. That is always love. That's what I got.
Yeah, well, you guys know me. I'm still working through Ghost of Tsushima. Got my butt whooped by the duel, so hopefully I can make a little faster progress because that was most of that night. It was brutal, but I mean, try it on lethal. I tell you that. So you can change it in game. Try it on lethal. You can always switch it right back. So it's not a big deal. But if you try it on lethal, because you're more powerful too. When you're against a lot of like the showdown type stuff, you can go like shing, 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 and you're like, dude, I just beasted this. Like it feels good, but I can promise you there's some stuff gonna mess you up too. So try it. Just let me know how you feel on that one. First, you got to give it a feel while you're in it because I don't want you to like do a second playthrough. Like try it when you're in it and just mix it up.
Yeah, the fact that you said I could switch you on the fly, that I could do that.
Yeah.
So we getting that long overdue lore episode? That's what they're asking us.
Lore from us?
From us?
We could. I don't know if we're going to claim to be the experts. Maybe we can try and get another lore expert on.
Master that we're working on. We're working on another lore master, definitely for sure.
Yeah. There's a couple I could think of.
There's a couple we're working on.
Yeah, there's a couple I could think of. So lore is always cool. So there's two I could probably think of for that.
Yeah, if we do a lore, yeah.
I was like, we had Bife, dude. Was fantastic 3 hours we stole him for. Mylan, Evan, both of those would be good. So might see about those. Both of those would be really good.
He wants to step in. Crystal got these guys' lore hat on. Crystal knows everything.
Crystal, yeah, you get to fill us with all the samurai knowledge and everything else you got in this game. You got knowledge. Crystal reads a lot. I got a feeling. That man absorbs information and it sticks like one of those lucky photographic memories. Yeah. So
you got the Rolodex.
But yeah, for me, you guys know where to find me. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube right here. I've been trying to work on YouTube stuff. So if you guys do see a video come out, the views are helpful. Trying to get my numbers up there for a goal.
50K, sir. Aren't you close to a certain number?
Yeah, so I'm about 700 away from 50K. So I've been trying to climb for that one. So I'm trying to get to the 50, but also trying to get just the views up for the month because I'm trying to go after a specific thing. So if you guys do see a video pop, play a couple in the background for me, send some love. Yeah, overall, you guys are fantastic. Always a good chat. Thank you guys very much. Got to end it in style. So we're going to raid Zoe once we wrap this thing up. But guys, today it has been awesome. August 7th, episode 115. Guessed it and Mega will definitely get a reschedule and get her back on. No big deal. Hey, life happens. It's all good. So thank you guys for tuning in. And for this episode, it has been the last word.